Ignorance is the night of the mind, a night without moon or star. With those words of Confucius, I welcome you to this edition of Secrets of Public Speaking. My name is Joseph Jacob. Today, we'll look at the last roadblock to eloquent public speaking, and that is ignorance. When we talk of public speaking, we are looking at basically three things. The first one is to have the audience listen to you while you deliver a speech. The second one is to have the audience ask you questions which you are expected to answer. And the third one is to have a group discussion, be it in a class if you're a student, or with a group of friends, or even in formal gathering where people are expected to discuss an issue. In all of these three examples where speaking in public is involved, ignorance is very detrimental to your success in three of them. Why is it so? It is so because public speaking, no matter the facet you look at it, whether it is speaking to an audience, whether it is participating in a group discussion, or whether it is a question and answer session, it all calls for knowledge because you give. You don't give what you don't have. So when someone is not knowledgeable in an issue being discussed, we say the person is ignorant. And then the person can never contribute meaningfully to the discussion. All the good qualities of a public speaker might be possessed by this person. But for the fact that you don't have what to say, for the fact that you don't have what to contribute, you will basically say nothing. So that is why ignorance is a roadblock to eloquent public speaking. Now, when we say someone is ignorant, we are not saying that the person knows nothing at all. For example, a banker is very familiar with banking and finance. But what if you ask this banker about Winter Olympics? What if you ask this banker, in UK, what do you have? A prime minister or a president? In Germany, what do you have? A chancellor or a president? You see that your profession may be a very good area where you are well grounded. But what we are saying is, in issues or topics that is outside your field or outside your course of study if you're a student, what do you know about such issues? So when someone is just familiar with his profession or his course of study, but the person doesn't know other facets of human endeavor, the person is ignorant. Because it's not always discussion will be about your profession. It is not always that discussion will be about your course of study. Discussion might involve other things you are not familiar with. So if you don't have basic knowledge of all these things, you are ignorant because you will not know specifically what to contribute in such situation. So that is why we've repeatedly said that ignorance is a roadblock to eloquent public speaking, because you must have something to say, you must have something to pass to your audience for you to be an effective public speaker. Well, the question now is, how do we now overcome ignorance? What do we need to do to have basic knowledge of virtually all human endeavor? Well, you might think it's impossible for someone to have a vast knowledge of almost every facet of human endeavor. The big question is, how can someone develop his knowledge to the extent of knowing almost a bit of every facet of human endeavor? Is it possible? Is it realistic? The answer is yes. The good news is that it is possible for someone to acquire basic knowledge of almost all human endeavors. The better news is that it is very, very simple. The best news is that you watching this video can as well expand your knowledge. That will be the focus of our next video. But before we conclude, let's look at the 5 roadblocks to eloquent public speaking we've discussed in our last 4 and this video now. The first roadblock to eloquent public speaking is confidence. We've seen that if you don't have enough confidence, it will always be difficult for you to deliver your speech in public. No matter how you prepare at home, without confidence, you will not be able to deliver your speech. Remember, we gave you 8 things, 8 steps that will help you to overcome lack of confidence in order to become a confident speaker. The second video was about stage fright. After preparing, after rehearsing very well, once you mount the stage to deliver your speech, you become very, very scared. Remember, we also gave you steps that will help you to overcome stage fright so that you'll be able to look at your audience and deliver your speech without fear. The third roadblock to eloquent public speaking, which we discussed in this series, is imitation. Or we look up to people who are seasoned speakers to learn from them. We must be careful not to waste our time trying to imitate them, because doing so will be detrimental to our progress in public speaking. We are not like them. They are not like us. If we try to be like them, we'll end up hindering our progress in public speaking. The fourth video looked at overconfidence. Remember, in the first video, we said that confidence is very, very important to succeed as a public speaker. But in the fourth video, we said that overconfidence will also be detrimental to our progress to public speaking. Remember, we compared confidence to salt in a meal. If a meal has very less salt, the food will not be tasty. If a meal has excess salt, you can't enjoy it as well. The salt must be in the right proportion. The same thing applies to confidence. Lack of confidence is not good. Overconfidence is not good. The confidence we have in order to deliver our speech must be in the right proportion. And when we have confidence in the right proportion, it will help us to succeed as public speakers. And lastly, today we have looked at ignorance. Since we are speaking to people, since we are giving people information and knowledge, we must first of all have the knowledge, digest it, understand it very well before we pass it to people. Being ignorant doesn't mean that we don't have knowledge at all. We are saying that we may have a course of study, we may have our profession, but we should not just know about our course or our profession. We need to put effort to know, if possible, every facet of human endeavor, at least a little knowledge of it. It will help us to make meaningful contribution no matter the topic that is being discussed. So you should ask yourself now, what do I know about health? What do I know about COVID-19, for example? What do I know about HIV/AIDS? We talk about politics. What do I know about politics? What are the different forms of government we have? What is the difference between parliamentary system of government and presidential system? Can I differentiate them? We talk about sports. What do I know about FIFA, the FIFA World Cup, and different age group competitions? What do I know about the International Olympic Committee and the Olympic Games? What do I know about the Confederation of African Football? What do I know about UEFA, that is the European Union Football Association, and other competitions they organize, like the UEFA Champions League? What do I know about agriculture? What do I know about the environment, global warming, ozone layer? These are issues that may not really relate to your profession or your course of study. For you to be an eloquent public speaker, a successful public speaker, you must have a little knowledge about almost everything you can know in this world. It sounds dizzying, isn't it? It sounds impossible, isn't it? Well, our next video will show you simple ways you can expand your knowledge and thereby enhance your ability in public speaking. Thanks for watching this video. Please endeavor to subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Remember to like and share this video as well. In our next video, we'll focus on how we can arm ourselves with knowledge as public speakers. Until then, have a nice day. Bye-bye.